And welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 6. Big Boss left some dishes in the sink. We got a lot of exposition for you, because there's a big cutscene coming up.
Like always?
Well, it's not often you have a big tree talking to you about God, but more or less, that's what's going on.
So here's the question. Is the mustache part of its mouth, or is the door part of its mouth?
I think the door is the mouth and the mustache is just freaking fantastic.
Yeah, it is, but I'm like, is the mouth, is there like a carving above, like between the door and the mustache that is its mouth?
Yeah.
Because it kind of looks like it from there.
Well, yeah, you see it happen in the time before. Anyway, we're going through a lot of the just cutscenes of Zelda, which is not often what you see on an N64, but I do want to apologize for how late this is coming out. This is like, a month and a half between the second episode and this one. Kind of a lot of things kept us away from actually getting the chance to record. And
Windows 8 is terrible.
Windows 8 is terrible. I've been out of town 3 straight weeks in a row, and so we just never got the chance to record. So finally we're going back into it. And we're going to start trying to do half-hour episodes rather than 15-minute episodes, because that's just easier that way. I don't know if we're going to, talk over the rest of the cutscene here, or... It's not really that interesting going on. I mean, there's fire. Makes a lot of rocks.
This was pretty impressive at the time anyways.
Yeah, not often that the N64 had it had some pre-rendered cutscenes, but I mean, I don't know, by 1998 they had a little more grasp of what the console can do.
Right.
I like to think that right before that, basically there was the Earth, and then, there was just, no sky. You just couldn't see into anything. And then there's all the life forms that would uphold the law, which is basically those little fluttering lights. I'm gonna be honest, this video is gonna have a lot of cutscenes.
Yay!
Though, to be fair, the new Metal Gear Solids are supposedly not going to be very cutscene heavy, so that, maybe that joke at the beginning wasn't really gonna be relevant. That being said, I am pumped for Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain.
I'm still waiting for Pikmin 3.
Have you not seen the videos?
I've seen the videos, yes. I've just, it was promised at launch, it was promised a little after launch, and then they pushed it a little bit further.
Well, hey, guess what? Pikmin 3 is coming out. Shut up. Shut up,
well,
everybody who's been complaining about it. It's coming out.
Well, I understand that they wanted to polish it, but at the same time, they had plenty of time to do it.
They probably did, and that's why they took their time with it.
But I looked into it, and the reason why the Wii U isn't getting a lot of ports, or a lot of the PlayStation 4, Xbox One games, is because the Wii U is the only console without DirectX support.
I don't know too much about DirectX. All I know is that when I play games, they say, "Hey, play with 9, play with 10. Oh, you played with 10. You're not playing." Shit like that.
Right. Kingdom Hearts 3. It's coming out on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, which will be the first Kingdom Hearts game to launch on 2 different consoles. But the reason why it didn't come to Wii U was because the Wii U didn't have DirectX, and DirectX is a Microsoft thing.
Well, alright then.
Yeah. So, we learned something today.
Yes, we did. Oh, by the way, just in case anyone was wondering what was going on in the video, the Great Deku proposed to us with an emerald and then promptly died after realizing his mistake.
Is that they're almost all of Nintendo's cutscenes are live renders of the game. So what you're seeing is the game's assets acting out these cutscenes. That was something I found pretty cool. It's not a video file on the disc, it is the actual game doing it.
That's pretty cool. I thought it was like similar to, if I remember, Grand Theft Auto 3 had like a ghost area where it was far off from the world, and then that was where they played the opening cutscenes. By the way,
right.
now that we beat the Deku Tree, we can actually go out of the forest, and then here we go, cutscene.
Yep. See, this is all done live. That means someone took the time to put these animations in the game. Which, for the N64, must have been, like, real crazy.
Well, I mean, like, I'm trying to think. The N64 was capable of a lot of things. Like, they could play... I remember Pokemon Puzzle League. It was... Normally you wouldn't expect a game like this to have FMVs. Or like, like a system like this to have FMVs, because that's not reading off a disc, but the opening of that had it. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that the N64 could do that just people didn't really take advantage of because space and shit like that. Right.
The reason why the N64 kind of failed was because it kept the cartridges, and the cartridges only had like a certain amount of space on them. And the reason why the PlayStation 1, which was released at the time, was so successful was because the disc space was bigger than the N64 space, and a lot of developers preferred that extra space.
Right.
Especially when Final Fantasy rolled out, and those were heavy space games. They took advantage of the full use of a disc system.
Shh. We're entering a faraway land.
I love the music to this.
It's honestly like one of my favorite themes of this.
Any of the Hyrule Field themes are really cool.
I'm gonna have to say,
any of them.
I'm gonna have to say, like, this one is really good. I don't know, I'm kind of iffy on, what was it? Link to the Past one was pretty good, but after a while, like, the Dark World one was better. Okay, so here's the Ocarina. Basically, you play with the 4 C buttons and A. Moving the control sticks left and right will, give it a wavering tone. Hitting up and down will change I believe it's the octave that you're playing on. So, at no point in the game, like, will you learn any song. You'll learn songs with this, but at no point in the game will you learn any songs that require you to manipulate the control stick in any way. So that's just more of if you want to just play for yourself. And, yeah. So, I mean, like, there's plenty of people on YouTube who've, like, recreated the Simpsons theme, Titanic theme. I remember I personally, like, was starting to play Sacred Duet from Spirit Tracks, which was fun. Oh, and this guy.
Oh yeah, we all know him.
Yeah, we all know him. We don't like him. So I'm just gonna hit B, I think.
It's like he reoccurs in several games in different forms, but...
There we go, hit B, because I don't want to hear that crap. And that guy is... So, see, he just fooled me there, because every time you see no there, but he's saying, did you get all that? And I'm saying no. He makes the first option always repeat everything. He's an asshole. Yeah, so the map expands now that we're in the area. So, yeah, so this is gonna be...
It's like I remember the, I can't remember if it was Brawl in the Family or Awkward... Listening to the guy talk, and he's nodding his head kind of drowsily, and then the guy goes, "Did you get all that?" And Link's still nodding his head, and then all of a sudden he starts repeating himself, and Link realized, oh god, what did I do?
I got a little audio bit, that got cut out, but I mean, yeah, but it was Brawl in the Family.
That was Brawl?
Yeah. So, what I'm doing right here is, I'm backstepping the entire way Hyrule Castle, because, because backstepping is like almost double speed. So you could get here by constantly rolling, but with backstepping you get there a little sooner. Yeah, backpedaling is a big speedrunning trick. And so, this is my favorite room in the entire game because you just get to break a shitload of pots and get a shitload of money.
And the guards don't care.
Oh no, the guard is like the one encouraging you to do it. They say, hey, pick up a pot with A. They don't say anything about breaking it with a sword.
I rule defense, everyone.
Exactly, they don't say anything about breaking the pots with your sword at any point in the game, but when I first got this game, I knew instantly to just do it. There's a golden skull right? And it hits me somehow. I was still trying to get used to the 8-way direction deal versus the circle pad on the 3DS.
Right.
I won't comment on many more errors that I did, unless I do something really stupid, because eventually I'm gonna start playing this live. This is all pre-recorded for like this video and then one more, and then after that we're gonna go live.
Which I can't wait to do, because then I can laugh at you some more.
Then I can actually, like, you know, time myself better so I'm not making any kind of commentary over something important.
Oh my god, this guy's lips.
This guy's got amazingly nice hair.
He's got nice hair, no nose, and huge lips, and I'm not even sure it's a guy anymore.
Alright, so what I just did there was I did a little cut because this game gets kind of annoying with the control stick versus this, like, circle pad and the gyro motions. And so I ended up missing all but one target. Like, hitting all but one target. So I just skipped to a point where I was actually getting all of them. All of that happens is when you get, like, 9 of them, you get to, like, try again for free. So, it's just a minor annoyance at best. But there we go, we get the first Deku Seed upgrade.
It's like, I have no idea why, but when I played, I did not do any of the mini-games.
Honestly, why not? Like, that's the majority, it's like half of Zelda. Because, I mean, they're minor side quests. They give you some good rewards, but I mean, this one has some strangely hidden ones that I'll show, like, later when we start doing live stuff. Yeah, that was Malon, I think, God, was it Malon? Yeah, it was Malon. This is the potion shop. We don't have a bottle quite yet. But when you do, you can come in here and buy stuff to put in them. I'm gonna let you know right off the bat, I'm never going in there for the rest of the game. To be honest, I'm never, like, beyond, actually, no, I don't think I buy anything at any store at any point. Because
you can find it anywhere.
Exactly. Anything you can buy at a store, you can get at any other point in the game.
It's like it kind of makes rupees almost worthless in the game. Just kind of.
It's one of those things where, like, even in the older Zelda games, like Link to the Past, once you get the Zora flippers for the 500 rupees, there's really no other reason to use rupees at any other point other than to buy a potion. And even then, I usually use all my bottles for fairies. So this is the back alley. There's not really much going on here. There's just like a couple bystanders, a couple houses, nothing really interesting. But there was that locked door, which does have a shop that is kind of useful for later. So that's probably one of the only stores that I'll actually ever go into to buy something. But at a much later time. And normally there's music here, but because we came in here at night, and what better to explain the day and night cycle than this owl? Well, right, I think. Oh yeah, so what better way than to, like, completely ignore him and talk about the day and night cycle here? Day and night goes extremely fast in this game.
Of course.
Just as you'll see, like, okay, so there's supposed to be Balon there. You go back into town. She'd normally be singing there if you hadn't talked to her yet. So there's still the bystanders. We're gonna do a little side quest here because it's gonna get us piece of heart. We need to get that dog to follow us.
It's like all of the town people have been replaced by dogs.
They're all shepherd, well, no, what was it, like Scottish Terriers?
What?
And we gotta give it to this woman.
Terriers.
So, that dog in particular, if you go into her house at night, she'll just say that her dog's missing. That dog that was over by the stand was the one to get. Every other dog that looks the same, that's like the white fur that looks the same, she'll say, no, it's not her, it looks completely different. So, that's the one to always get, and that gets you the piece of heart. So now we're gonna go back out into the castle, and there's Melon. Would you mind finding my dad?
Oh, and he's right over here.
I like how, in order for us to find her dad, she gives us an egg. But I mean, like, of course, it's obviously useful if she gives it to us, so. We're gonna put that in our inventory.
Of course you need an egg to find her father. What are you, an idiot?
Now, there's a couple ways to get around the castle here. You can actually, this is the most common way to go. Just go up up the vines. But this is the Chica Stone, where if you hit it, it'll tell you what time it is. It tells you in 24 hour standard time. But as you saw there, like, within a couple seconds, it was like 17 minutes. Okay, so we just went over the, gate, and that's the other way to get through. If you just keep talking to the gatekeeper long enough, he'll say like, okay, we'll let you through, but first pay me 10 rupees. And I gotta be honest, like, when I first got this game, I was horrible at this section because I was just so afraid of stealth.
Navi says hi.
Navi says hi, but I'm not gonna listen to her. Again, Navi is just one of those characters that thinks, hey, it's been a while since you got to the next checkpoint, are you okay? You want me to tell you what to do? And I was trying to backflip there, and that didn't work. Chicken hatched from the egg you were incubating, and it probably drowned. What the hell did you do? What has science done? Alright, so we got the chicken, so clearly, what else would we do but put it in the face of an old man? So, this is Mario.
And you're Luigi. Clearly.
Well, not quite. Luigi is later in this game. And so, yeah, apparently Mario settled down, had a daughter, and that's his new run cycle in New Super Mario Bros. Wii U 2. Alright, so what we're supposed to do now is there's a little crawl hole that we need to get into to sneak through, and normally we'd use both of these crates here, but okay, I'll admit I was watching Awesome Games Done Quick 2013, which, by the way, Speed Demos Archive SDA on YouTube. I found this trick out. Just run up there, little sword, and you're over.
Ha!
Saves you from having to do both milk crates. And you always want to come here through the day, because if you come here at night, 2 guards are just immediately at the entrance of the fountain, or the little opening there. And this part, again, was another one that I was really terrible at doing when I was like, 1998. I was like 9 years old. I was just terrible at doing this because I was so scared shitless of doing any kind of stealth because I didn't want to get caught. And this one is a weird one because it's like, hey, you can go over the vines or you can go for the rupees. Or fuck it, you can just do that. Don't even need to go through that obstacle course at all. I do like the music for the sneaking though. Not that I can hear it, because in order to record this call, I had to mute the game on my end.
I'm surprised you remember the music then.
How many times? I've told you how many like versions of this card I own. I own 4 copies of this card, and I have played it multiple times. I think I would know majority of the music that's in the areas.
It's like, now that you were commenting on the Hyrule Field theme, I'm kind of wondering, oh.
Well, of course, that's like...
It's like you had it on mute this whole time.
Oh, I know the Hyrule Field theme for Ocarina of Time, and I was gonna say before, like, I like Twilight Princesses as well. Oh, and,
yeah.
Here's the cameo window.
Mario, Yoshi, and Peach.
And Bowser. So like around second or third time I played, I decided to check around, and that's where I found that. Because if you look on the other end, that's just a vase.
From Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on Nintendo 3DS. Buy now!
You should get Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
I probably should. I actually really like that. I really liked the first one. But anyway, for the 3DS version, that cameo wall no longer has the paintings, but the entire wall is painted as as like World 1-1 of like New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I do remember that. That was weird.
Wasn't as cool. I kind of like seeing the paintings. So yeah, again, cutscene.
It kind of reminisces on Super Mario 64.
Well, I mean, that's what the Mario painting in particular is lifted directly from that one, and I think the Yoshi one was an image of his standing sprite in Yoshi's Story, but I don't know which one came out first. I can't remember. I think Yoshi's Story came out a little after, so it might have been a preview or something like that.
Well, it's also strangely... It's like vaguely familiar to Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube, because it was originally a N64 game.
Right, I remember like several games like were originally N64 and then went GameCube.
And I'm wondering if like those were previews of the assets of like future games turned GameCube, and they,
well, Luigi
being transferred from N64 to GameCube, they didn't make it all the way through because the GameCube had the higher resolution stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, Luigi, I don't think was on the wall, so I don't know if there's any reference to him at all from Luigi's Mansion.
Well, the Mario painting did look oddly familiar to the one at the end of Luigi's Mansion.
Actually, the Mario painting is based off of the cover art of the N64 box.
Oh.
Where he has the wing cap. It's just a direct lift of that image and put onto a painting.
But there are some things that I'm recognizing that are assets from other games, though.
The only other one I can think of is the Yoshi Story sprite, but that's about it. Oh, by the way, Triforce, Gold God Power, amazing, wanted to make wishes, and bad people touch it, and the Triforce says no and makes a bad world. It said you need to collect 3 spiritual stones or do the Door of Time skip glitch, but we're not going to do that because I am not a speedrunner. I've never actually said no to that story because I don't know if it's going to be like a Kapora Gabora owl thing where she just completely repeats it and the cutscene plays. So we're going to look at a window. We're going to look out through the window. Basically, anytime you ever say no to a question she asks, she's just going to repeat it. So that's kind of why I never have her repeat the story, because I don't want to have to deal with that again. What was that?
It's the kids that are like, don't worry, he doesn't know what we're planning.
He doesn't know what we're planning, even though we're literally still standing in front of the window and he can still see us. We're not close to the wall at all.
Nobody suspects the kids.
Dun 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 dun.
It's like, how old are they in this right now?
I just said I don't believe you. This is an example. Like, if you ever say no to anything she says, she'll just completely repeat it. But, so you can continuously go in a loop of I don't believe you, and she just keeps saying that. Until you say yes, so. As for age, it's like a toss-up between people saying he's like 10 or 12.
I was about to say 8.
No, it wouldn't make sense for the second half of the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the next 2/3 of the game. So it kind of took me a while to realize that when she's doing that when she's talking about the letter, she's actually doing an animation of like writing the letter. Here, Zelda, I found your letter. Letter. Jeez. So this is Impa. She's not a fat woman like in the other games. Or like in Skyward Sword, an extremely scrawny woman. If you've ever played the Game Boy games, you know what I'm talking about. And then, I think she's also in
I
Zelda
still need
2.
to play Skyward Sword.
You still haven't played Skyward Sword? I might have to look into that for our next LP. I played it and I really did like it. A lot of people complain about the motion controls, but I honestly think they worked fine for me. So okay, so this is going to be the first melody that we're going to learn in the game. The 3DS version is really weird with this because with this one, it's simple enough. Left up, right, left up, right. You can map the C buttons correctly like that. With the 3DS version, it's XAY, XAY. So that basically means top, right, left, and that throws you off so much of your actions on the play. Because for some reason, the A button is the high chord, is the high note. And I took music class. I took like a couple music classes and I'm already forgetting the note positions. Alright, so the last part of this video is just going to explain what we need to do to get the next spiritual stone. So, just have a nice little look at Death Mountain there. Beautiful cardboard render.
Beautiful cardboard render that in the 3DS version looks pretty amazing.
I just want Begoron to just suddenly show up and just tip it over and just realize you see like stands in the background. Kind of like, I don't know, Super Mario 3D Land.
Or the opening to Famicom Wars. I think Super Famicom Wars.
I never played those. I played the Advance Wars versions. But anyway, we are going to be, we'll see you guys at the next video where we actually go into the next village and hopefully the next stone.
Well.
No.